you see that? Yes, is that better? That might be better. So I've spray painted my cup black, and let me put my gloves on. This is a cup that I've had quite a few messages about, so I thought that I would make it on here. When it's hot and sweaty, trying to get your gloves on. Maybe that's the wrong group. Okay. Alright. So I'm using DiamondCote for this one. Get on there. Okay. So I've poured out. I haven't measured, I've just, because it's only a small cup, I've just done equal parts, and I'll just combine them together. Normally I'd wear a mask, encourage everybody to wear a mask. Resin is not fun if you have a reaction to it. Fortunately, I don't react to it. And always work in a well-ventilated space. So all I've done is I've mixed the epoxy. I guess the amount would depend on the size of the cup that you're doing. If you're doing a big one, you know, maybe use more. I've probably got more than I need here, so I'll probably end up throwing that into a mould. So just keep mixing it until it's all, see how it goes all cloudy? Once it's clear, it's pretty well mixed. So you just got to keep mixing it very slowly. Mixing. So this cup that I'm going to do is called the Kiki Method. I can't remember the name of the lady that invented it, if you like, but that's what it's called. It's called the Kiki Method, and if you look on Facebook, search Facebook for the Kiki Method, you'll probably find it. I haven't seen a YouTube video on it, but I have seen it in her group. I can't remember the name of the group either. That's how long ago I did that, so but yeah. So that's just about mixed. So you start with your epoxy and then you add your pigment to it, your mica. So I'm just going to use this one, only because that's what I've got to hand. It's a colour shifting one, and because I'm going on black, you'll be able to see the colour shift in it. Yeah, so that one, it goes cyan, blue, violet, red shift. Not sure how much of the shift you'll be able to see, but we'll give it a go. Put some in there. Let's see if I need more. So that's straight into the epoxy. No, that's plenty. Give it a good mix. So what you need for this cup is a black painted cup of your choice, whatever size you want. Epoxy, some colour shifting pigment, if you can. If not, any kind of pigment will do, I'm guessing. Got it all over my fingers. And you'll also need some glitter. So chunky or semi-chunky is better. So I've got a selection and I don't know which ones to use. I was actually really conflicted. So I'm thinking, it's a small cup, so I'm not going to use a lot, but I'd really like to use Lismore. And even though that's not a chunky, it's kind of a semi, you know, it's sort of not fine cut. It's not fine cut, but it'll give a nice effect. I also grabbed these ones, which is the Aussie Pastel Skies Chunky Green and Mint, those ones. And I grabbed some Lake Eyre, Crimson Rose, Meekadarabee Falls, and Mitchell Falls. Oh, and this one, Mintabie Opal. I don't know if I'll use them all, like I said, but they're the chunkiest that I've got. Sort of still, you know, sort of colour shifty chunkies. And the process is really simple. It's actually a really simple cut. Let me turn that on. Yep, it's going the right way. Do you guys have a preference for which way your turner goes? Because I do. I do like the interference ones as well, only they're packed away still, so we're really slack. We moved about 3 months ago and we actually haven't even really finished unpacking, to be honest. Super slack. That's us. But anyway, we've been busy. So let me clean my little stick because you can reuse it. Now I'm going to stand up for this because I need to be over the top of it. And since moving, I don't actually have my own space anymore, so I'm in the dining room, which is not fun. But anyway, I'm just going to put this on here, and you'll see straight away the colour come out in this one. Look at that. How stunning. Give it a really good covering. I can't believe how hot it is today. Is it meant to cool down tonight, or is it still going to be hot? That is gorgeous, isn't it? And you probably can't see it, but from where I'm standing, as it's turning, I'm seeing the mauve. I'm not seeing any of the, what is it meant to be? Violet or red, but definitely mauve. I wonder if it would show a different colour under a different base. I might try that one day. Okay, so you want a decent amount on here. It's not like you're just putting a glitter coat on here, so you need a decent amount of epoxy on here. I'm just going to let that spin for a minute. I'm going to stick this into here. So if you have a little cup like mine, just use heaps less, because that was too much. Okay. All right. Now, one of the questions I get a lot is, why does a mica cup repel from the top and bottom? Answer is, I don't know. I don't know. It just does it, and I actually don't mind the look of it, but some people don't like it, but I don't mind the look of it. Where can you buy that? From A1 Pigments. They're Australian, so you can buy that, Leanne, from A1 Pigments. Okay, I'm going to take my glove off now because I don't need it anymore, for now anyway. Where is my torch? I'm just going to pop a few little, oh actually there's not many. Doesn't matter actually because you're not going to be able to see them anyway. Just need a little bit of this. Hey Tanya, how you going? Is it hot where you are? Because it's bloody hot here. Okay. Now, when I watched the lady do this, I remember she had it all in cups. So actually, I'm going to do that too because I think I'll get it everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. I'll get it everywhere if I don't put it into a cup, I reckon. Whatever I don't use, I'll end up putting back in anyway, so. It's only a small cup, so I probably don't need a lot. So just to reiterate, I'm using Mintabie Opal, maybe. Lismore, for sure. Definitely using Lismore. Really like this one. And literally I'm only putting in that much. It's not a lot because it's such a small cup. Eyre. Crimson Rose, which is really pretty. I checked my camera thermometer temperature thingy and it was 41 degrees, Tanya, outside. Mitchell Falls. And Meekadarabee Falls. I hope I'm saying that right, because I really don't know. Okay. This is a pretty easy cup, so it's beginner friendly. And I'm actually going to start with Meekadarabee Falls. So really all you're doing is you're just putting a little bit on here. Oops. Maybe I should catch it, hey? Just in random spots. It doesn't, there's no rhyme or reason to it. You're just pretty much putting it on there at this point. Next will be Lismore. Oh no, Eyre. That one's nice. Just put it wherever. Like there's no set how I'm doing this. It's just putting it on there. Next, I'm going to use Mitchell Falls. Oh no, I might use Crimson Rose actually. That's really pretty. I actually really like that. Really like that. So you can see how it's repelling around here, the darker patches. That's exactly what it's meant to do. Now I will use Mitchell Falls. Where to put it though, that's the question. This isn't for an order, Tanya, it's just something I've wanted to do. People have asked me about it, so I thought I'd show them how to make it. And I will put a list of the glitter that I've used. Absolutely, I will. There's a few of these actually on my Coastal Creations website. You'll be able to see them. They're bigger cups though, so obviously you'd use more glitter and more epoxy, more everything really. And because you've used so much epoxy at the start, the chunkies tend to just lay flat anyway because there's quite a bit of epoxy on there. But you can see how you're getting that repelling around. That's the look that you want to go for. See here how it's sort of pulling away from the mica. That's what you want. That's the outcome that you want from this method. Let's chuck a little bit up here. It's actually really pretty. You don't have to put it on the bottom, but I will. You can keep adding colour. Go back in and add more of what you've already used. Maybe I shall go back in with the first one I used. You don't want it all over the cup either. You just want it in bits and pieces on it. But that's pretty much the cup. So there's a few little bits where it's sticking up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a glove on. That's not me. Oh, God. Hands are so sweaty. And I'm directly under the air conditioner. So just give it a little tap wherever you can see the big sharp bits sticking up. So sometimes when you do chunky glitter you can use baking paper on it, just kind of wrap it and hold it. I wouldn't recommend that with this because you don't actually want to combine it all into one. If it was one colour, yes, you could do that, but not. Any questions? So it's really starting to, you can see it really starting to pull away from there and here. Some does it better than others. So you can see around there. Yeah, you can see it there. And I think my toner's got some gunk in it, needs a bit of a Vaseline run through there. But so you can see I've hardly used any glitter at all, really, on that. Hardly used any, but I'm not mixing up. So what's left I'll just pour back in, but that's pretty much it. The good thing about the hot weather is this will be ready for another coat of epoxy tonight. That's the one good thing about it, I guess. I find that a lot with the DiamondCote, that it actually sets really quickly, dries really quickly. Questions? Comments? Anybody still here? I bored you all to tears. Yeah. So then I'll put another coat of epoxy over the top of that, then a decal, and it'll be ready to go. It's turned out really pretty. I wish I could show you, actually. I will post a picture of, obviously, the finished cup once, because I'll let that spin, and the longer it spins, the more it'll kind of separate from the mica. How the mica repels from the top and bottom, it does the same around the glitter, which is the effect that you're looking for with this cup. This one here is particularly good, that one there. Some of the others, not so much, but that one there is perfect. That's kind of what you want. That sort of look is what you're going for, what's down here. So for those that joined late, it's called the Kiki Method. Can't remember the name of the lady. If I remember it, I'll actually put it in the comments. Jess knows, I'm sure. Knows the name of the lady. I think the group is Lulu Lane. Maybe that's where I saw it. But it's really easy. It's beginner friendly, and there's not much effort into it. I'm taking a break from orders, Tanya. I've actually been flat out, which is why I haven't been in the chat a lot, because I've just been so flat out. I can't believe how busy it's been. And mine isn't even really cup orders, because I don't take custom orders for cups, but it's all other things, like the little Santa boards and the baubles and the just other stuff. Crazy busy with other stuff. It's for rather than cups. Only because I don't encourage it. I hate taking custom orders. I find customers are too fussy. They change their mind too much, and they would drive me insane. So I have what I have, and if they want to buy that, that's great. But I don't do customs. That's just me though. Yeah. So anyway, so that's pretty much it. That's the cup. Really easy to do, and it looks quite stunning when it's finished. And all it needs is another coat of epoxy, decal, and then another coat of epoxy. If it's smooth enough, you can put your decal straight over it, but what I've found with these, once it dries, it's not that smooth anymore because of all the chunky glitter. So it's better to do another coat over the top. And if you have to, you can give it a sand. I wouldn't go crazy sanding, but you can sand it and then put your decal on there and another coat over the top, and it's good to go. Any questions on it? You can always message me anyway with any questions that you have. So new moulds are up. There'll also be a few other things that I've added in the tops of the ball moulds that I bought, the tops for those. I've got some with sticks and some without sticks, if that makes sense. So some of the plain ones, like these, plain little cup thingies to stick on the top of moulds. And these, no, they're not the ones with the, and I've got some with a sticky thing coming out that you can actually stick it in. So they would actually be really good for the skulls, to be honest. But yeah, I've got some of that stuff. I've got some ordered in some stainless steel earring hooks. They'll be going up. What else? Oh, some other new little moulds, which I don't know what I've done with now. They're, oh, here. So I've got some of these ones that are the crystal points. Oh, that's the other thing we've got that we've been playing around with. So I went to the rock shop and I bought some amethyst crystals and I moulded it. Have a look at that. That's the mould of it. So I'm going to list that as well. That size and that size. And I also have this one that I'm going to mould as well. And these are great for if you make the trays, you can actually add these to your trays as an added feature. They can go on your boards that you make as an added feature. But yeah, so they're quite pretty. So I'll be making a mould of that one as well, just talking about crystals. So I've got this one in two sizes. There's this size and teeny tiny one, which would be great for earrings. Teeny tiny little one. I haven't listed these yet though. They only arrived on Friday, so I'll list those. And along with those, I got some little trays, coaster trays. I don't have many of them. That's the last of my China order for moulds. Actually, I'm not ordering anymore. I'm going to go pretty much exclusively into custom moulds, so making my own, which would probably include cutting our own as well. So yeah, so other people can order the China ones in. I'm just not happy dealing with China anymore. So name puzzles. Dorothy, how do you do that? Are you doing that on your Cricut? Because I had trouble getting my Cricut to cut it. It just didn't want to, it kept going over the lines, and it was, in the end, it just wasn't a smooth cut. So I kind of gave up on that. Yes, new moulds, Tanya, new moulds. So I think that's just about it for me. Oh, that one looks really good. See that? That's what you want. You want it to do that. How it separates from the edge of the mica. Like that there. Yeah. So that's me. If there's no other questions, I shall finish up and put any of the links that I need to, including the names of the glitters that I've used. I didn't actually use my Aussie Pastel Sky Chunky Green and Mint, but I didn't need to because the cup's quite small. But I'll list all the glitters that I've used. Okay, I'll catch you all later.